Hello all. Just got done with a session and thought of joining here just to discuss a very similar query that I have got from quite a few clients and from different age groups. So I just thought of bringing it in here and sharing it with all of you. So the query is whether online counseling and online therapy is equivalent to offline therapy sessions. To which I would definitely want to mention that yes, they are the same. From the say a testimonial kind of a thing, where they tell me that especially for the working people in Bangalore, a city like Bangalore, it can be any other metro city or any other city where there are a lot of IT people working, or there is a lot of traffic, right? So my clients, especially Bangalore, they figured out this way of having an online session even if they are at a workplace. How is that possible? So what they do is they sneak some time out in a nearby cafe or a nearby any restaurant, sit there and take an online session. Now, if we compare the same situation to an offline setting, so the difference is that here they were traveling to a nearby cafe or a nearby restaurant or in a mall, a coffee shop, whatever it was. But for a physical and offline therapy session, they would have ideally had to travel from their workplace to the location where my workplace is, right? So that could be in any part of Bangalore, close, not necessarily closer to their vicinity. So that would take some time, and again they would have had to travel back from my workplace to their workplace. So to and fro travel time A, and second the session time, right? So clubbed together it would have become like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, because I generally take a session for 50 to 55 minutes, right? But here they are just traveling to a nearby, walking to a nearby place which they find suitable, and they can just plug in their earphones and they can take their sessions. I have also had clients who've taken sessions from their own office premises in their boardrooms or meeting rooms or whatever, because they say that in their office it is quite flexible. They can take some time off if they want to have a private call. There is another advantage that my working professional clients have figured out, and they have shared it with me. So, say for example, every week by week, because I generally take a session, and that is what I have learned, at least in my therapeutic journey, that if the client are taking regular sessions and if it is not a session that needs termination, I generally see clients either at a interval of 7 days or 10 days, something of that sort. So generally it is a working day, right? So what happens is that they are answerable to somebody. Not necessarily that somebody is constantly nagging on their head and asking them questions, but yes, they definitely need to inform somebody that they will be leaving the workplace for so and so period of time, and which is generally 2.5 hours to 3 hours. uh, which kind of does make them uncomfortable, because that could be questionable at some point, right? However, in an online setup, it just becomes very flexible for them, because they don't have to really travel for 2.5 hours to 3 hours. Rather, they say if it is a 50-55 minute session, they can just reach that place maybe 5 minutes prior, and they can reach their workplace immediately after the session is over. So let's take a leverage and say maybe 1.5 hours, right? So they are still saving a lot of time there, and in case they have something that has come up, they don't have to go travel midway and then come back. They can always reschedule the session, they can always cancel the session as per their suitability, and then they can book for another session.